We're now over halfway through the first consultation for the new local plan in North Somerset. This video aims to respond to some of the main themes that are emerging from the consultation responses, as well as any specific questions you have asked. The number of houses we need to plan for in North Somerset is set nationally by central government. Although we have disputed their calculation, we do have to accept that whatever the final housing number turns out to be, it is going to be large and we will need to plan for it. The government is committed to house building and ensuring there are new homes for future generations. This does look likely. Central government is currently consulting on the proposals in the Planning for the Future White Paper. North Somerset Council will be responding to this, and town and parish councils can also do the same. We will still need to prepare a local plan and consider the challenges and choices that we face in North Somerset and better understand what residents and businesses think about how we go forward. Brownfield land is land that has already been developed in some way previously. We have been building on brownfield land for many years. For example, most of the recent housing at Portishead was built on the former power station, and at Weston, building is currently taking place on the former airfield and what was RAF Locking Camp. However, there is a limit to how many more large sites will become available. Smaller sites will play a part, and this will be part of the solution to reach the target set by central government, but it's not going to be enough. Building flats and taller buildings in existing towns does mean more homes can be provided, and this will be part of the solution to reach the target set by central government, but it's not going to be anywhere near enough. And it doesn't come without its own issues. It often takes longer to deliver, can be more expensive, and we need to think about the impacts on existing communities in relation to parking, congestion, the need for additional services and community facilities such as schools. No decisions have been made about where development is to take place. The garden villages proposed in a previous plan may be part of the solution or not. The next stage of developing the local plan is to look at all the available options and then speak to local people again this autumn and reconsult. We are very aware of the pressure on the M5 and at motorway junctions such as 21 at Weston and also junction 19 at Portishead. Whilst this is a wider issue for Highways England and central government, we know that how we plan will impact on the motorway network. We work closely with government and Highways England to explore lots of different improvements that could be made, but the funding and final say to make any changes is theirs and not ours. Planning over a 15-year timescale is always difficult, and we have to acknowledge that there will be uncertainties. However, we must continue with the local plan so we can provide the right homes in the right places with the necessary infrastructure delivered alongside it and avoid unplanned and ad hoc house building. We declared a climate emergency last year and are committed to be carbon neutral by 2030. The policies in the new local plan can help towards meeting that commitment. Policies which locate development in sustainable locations near to jobs and services will mean fewer people have to travel by car. Policies that require more stringent standards for new buildings will result in best possible energy efficient design and construction. And policies that shape green spaces, cycling and walking infrastructure and tree-lined streets in new developments will soak up carbon, reduce temperatures, improve drainage and provide space for wildlife. A key ambition for the new local plan is to significantly raise the quality of design through stringent policies and design codes. Achieving high quality development is an issue that we recognise. The government has introduced a national design guide and other national design reforms are on the way. We also now have a design review panel which will help to drive up the quality of new planning applications. Having an adopted local plan, will ensure that the mechanisms are in place to deliver the necessary infrastructure to support the new homes. Although we might want these to be in place before any homes are built, this isn't always possible, as they often need an established population to operate efficiently, but they will be planned for and delivered at the appropriate times. Funding is always going to be a challenge, but all new housing pays a community infrastructure levy, which is a fee per house to fund any infrastructure needed to support the new development. Neighbourhood plans which are already made or are in the process of being made and are aligned with the current core strategy will unfortunately become out of date once the new local plan comes into force. That's not to say that all the policies will become irrelevant, it's mainly the housing policies which will be most affected. Neighbourhood planning groups will need to decide whether to prepare a new plan which uses the new local plan housing policies as their basis. Towns or parishes embarking on neighbourhood plans now will be able to work with us to develop their own plans, ensuring they take account of the updated housing requirements and other strategic level policies. We completely agree that we need a genuine mix of quality homes with a choice of locations, tenures, sizes, affordability and suitability to meet the needs of all North Somerset's residents now and in the future. A new local plan is the way to ensure that a range of different types of housing are provided to meet local needs, including affordable homes and self-build. The new local plan will avoid allocating housing on land that is prone to flooding or has a higher risk of flooding. This is even more critical now due to climate change and the potential for more flooding and extreme weather in the future. The high streets in our towns are undergoing a transformation. The new local plan will focus on identifying a future role for these places and spaces based more around leisure, housing and employment rather than the traditional retail uses. Repurposing vacant shops, using public spaces for events, creating space for small start-up businesses and encouraging more high-density residential development in our town centres will ensure they become lively, vibrant places which are flexible and adaptable for the future.